little raindrops, the little wave stands, the little, you know, all that shit is washed.
Look, the breakdown crazy on this one. Had a half whipped it to a hole, then it flipped, son.
Now we see Summer Madness gets announced.
Yep.
They put you against Tsu Surf.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm watching all the interviews you're doing, everything you're talking. I seen you on Champion.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yep.
had the
Champion.
microwave stoppers and all that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you came through and now we know you battling Tsu Surf.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we see you got Big K.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now we're like, damn, Iron's back in the game.
Yeah.
Surf, we know he's people have compared him to Mook, the new generation Mook, things
Yep.
like that. And now we see it's not going down. For your mindset going into that, did you see Surf as the new generation Mook, and where did you rank him and things like that?
Yeah, I think in a certain respect, and I think that like the same way Mook kind of has played a villain in a lot of ways, Surf plays the villain like even more. You know what I mean? The way people hate on Mook and he don't care, and he might, you know, say some shit about getting money this way and then contradict it over here. Like Surf is kind of in that similar zone. I think Mook is a little more technical in certain ways, a little more strategic. But I mean, Surf is he's a huge figure. He's definitely like one of those guys. You know what I mean? So it was big, big battle.
Since it's not going down, were you, and it's a Summer Madness type of event, were you concerned about the star power that he has going into that battle? I know you on your other interviews you said that the Big K battle is a bigger battle or more dangerous battle.
Yeah.
Because you feel like Big K's been down, so now it's redemption in a sense.
Yeah.
But with Surf, knowing his star power, knowing the quality that he brings to those major type stages, even people say he didn't have a third against Nitty, but they said he was too old.
Right. Yeah.
Going into the third, whatever the situation is. Were you concerned about that? And like damn, there might be a Mook too. You know what I'm saying? Going into this shit, like
I'm not super worried about a Mook 2 just because I'm so like knee deep in the culture right now. Like I get it. But it could always happen, and I always go into every battle looking at everybody like they could just destroy me. Like even if I was to take some nobody, a PG, I would still like feel like this person might kill me if I don't approach it the right way. If they use all the bars they ever wrote in life and a little bit in the baggie, a little bit in the purse, and they just clear out the account, like it could really happen like that. So I don't ever go into battles being like, this person can't fuck with me. Like I might have moments when I'm writing where I'm like, this is that shit. Like, but I still go back and forth between this is that shit and damn, is this even any good at all? And like, look what he did to so and so. Like I go between supreme confidence in certain moments and just mostly like fear and terror and doubt and just being like, fuck, is it good enough? Like, I don't know, man, this person could kill me. It just happens like that for me, you know what I mean? So
that motivates you a little bit.
It motivates me. I like to, like there's no bravery without fear, you know what I'm saying? So I like to put myself in those situations.
How disappointed were you when you got that call from Beasley or Smack or whoever, and then they say, yo, shit can't go down? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was a little like, wow. Like at first it was like, wow, man, like what the fuck? But I had, same thing with the Chiller battle. I got the call from Bishop that Verb backed out of the Chiller battle.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Verb backed out of the Chiller battle. And so he was like, yo, I need you to, and I was like, man, I definitely wanted to battle Chiller always, but not with only 4 weeks and like I on this card. And then I was just like, fuck it, like let me just get comfortable being uncomfortable. One of the most poignant like business articles, or like one of these like habits of successful people articles I ever read was like the most valuable skill set of successful people, entrepreneurs, whatever it is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So like even if a situation makes you feel, I don't feel comfortable confronting this person, I don't feel comfortable learning this software, I don't feel comfortable doing this. If you're used to doing things that make you uncomfortable, even if the thing itself makes you uncomfortable, that you have experience and comfort with putting yourself in that
and
in an unfamiliar
exactly.
You'd be like, fuck it, let's do it. It's new. I'm scared and uncomfortable. Let's do it. I've been here before. You know what I mean?
Now you put yourself in a real uncomfortable position, man. I'm not gonna lie. 21 days for JC. I mean, I know he's got to deal with the same thing you got to deal with.
Yeah, except I think he's a fast writer. I don't usually think of myself as a fast writer.
I was about to say, I've known JC for putting up some fire.
7 days,
So
he's crazy, yo. Like JC's crazy. You gotta respect him for that. Yo.
JC, he's been on his I'm about to try to battle Lux run, and every battle I believe is just a very serious battle for him. He takes every opponent serious. And he's been battling some of the best opponents. What's your thoughts on battling JC on this Summer Madness 7 and him being your replacement? For Surf.
For Surf, I mean, he's another one like Chilla where I was like, I got to get really focused because if somebody's really a pen, I'm not looking just to strategize and be like, oh, if he's strong as a pen, I'm gonna do some other shit that I'm strong at. I'm looking at it like, I want to be good at everything. Like that's the era I come from. To me, part of the reason Jay-Z is the GOAT is because he's made songs about everything. You know what I'm saying? Part of the reason Biggie is one of the best. Part of the reason Life After Death is such a great album is because every type of hip hop sound that was in existence at that time, he murdered that shit. He got on a joint with Bone Thugs and did Bone Thugs better than Bone Thugs. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I go in the ring like, if I'm going with a pen, then I'm bringing my pen. You know what I mean? If I'm going with a showman, I'm gonna bring my pen too because I really write my ass off. But I'm not going to just go up there and try to pen him to death. You know what I'm saying? I want to try to like beat him at his own game because that's just the way I feel competitively and creatively. I just want to test myself. So I never would have been like JC on 3 weeks notice when I'm like, he's a writer of writers. I never would have been like, that's the ideal scenario. But then when they called and it was like between him and a couple other people, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, yo. Like, there's not going to really be a storyline with me and JC. There's not going to be tension with us. It's not like that. And so if this is the moment and this is on the table, like sometimes life just happens, yo. Like you can't wait for the perfect situation. You can't wait, you know what I mean? Like sometimes good enough has to turn into perfect. You know what I mean? You take a good enough scenario and be like, fuck it, this is what it is. 10 toes down, you know what I mean?
I mean, when you look at JC and you compare him with Surf, which one do you see as a tougher battle, and are you having a hard time like coming up with stuff for JC right now, like, knowing that you've had all that material prepared for Surf?
Yeah. I mean, I still had work to do for Surf. I write in kind of a weird way. It's a little bit all over the place, and then I bring it all together. Do the kind of beautiful mind, like draw the strings.
Okay.
So it's a little tough, but at the same time, you gotta jump out the window, figure out if you could fly, you know what I mean? You gotta sometimes put yourself under pressure. It's definitely a moment of like, damn, like deer in headlights, like, fuck, now I signed up for this. And I'm still not really done writing for K, so that's the other crazy part is like at least I had a bunch of material for Surf, and I had to finish writing for both of them. So, but I mean, I'm just excited, bro, because like I love this shit. I think JC is fire. I think that he's gonna like my material. I know I'm gonna like his material. I think the fans are gonna love it. I think if me and JC was gonna happen, this is a great story for it to have happened this way. I think us having 21 days to prepare is like exciting. You know what I mean? And I think that it's another thing like the Nitty battle where people write it off and then it's great. It's like we got 21 days and neither of us are slouches, and because we have a mutual respect. I mean, I just spoke to him on the phone today. Because we have a mutual respect, like we're gonna take it there. You know what I'm saying?
Like Nitty's are like 600,000 in 3 months. So
right.
Definitely climbing. People are watching that. Tougher opponent. Who's tougher, JC or Surf to you?
I think Surf is tougher in terms of like he could steal the energy, or he takes a little more angle, sort of. But I think that JC's a much better writer, like in terms of how clean the lines are, and they're really well thought out. It's not, when he says every word, you know what I mean? He's a little more selective with his words. So for me, if I want to outright him, that's where I'm gonna go. But I think Surf might be a tougher opponent just in terms of the narrative. You know what I mean? When you get to these big battles that are not just about how well you write or how well you rap, but it's about like, oh, I want to see him say this type of thing to that person, and then he painted him in a way that I think about this person differently. I think Surf is more of a that kind of battle for me, whereas me and JC is going to be probably more of a clash of wits and less of a clash of like, yo, I'm gonna make you look stupid right now. You know what I mean?
So real talk.
Yeah.
And I was gonna add to say that sometimes certain battles, at least from my experience and being on stage watching you guys perform, sometimes, man, you could be the illest writer, the best bossman, and some other dude could turn the crowd on you just by saying a couple. Like I've seen Goods
Look at T-Top. I mean, like T-Top is a little more of a writer than Goods, but Good, like he's not JC. And you saw what happened with him and JC.
Exactly.
Like Top is dangerous, yo. I actually think Top might be the best angler right now. Like he's definitely the best angler of his generation, hands down. T-Top. Like like you see him versus Math, see him versus Surf, him versus JC. Like just everything is an angle. Almost every bar is an angle. He went from just talking about his life and trap shit and street shit to like he really has fully arrived. And I think T-Top is the greatest angler of this generation right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think you've seen him in situations where he might die in a cipher or he might die in a small room against people on a stage where he just controls the narrative. Shout to Ilmac, that's his like thing, is like T-Top controls the narrative. You know what I'm saying? If you could get that off, it's like powerful.
Now, are you excited about Summer Madness? You know what I'm saying? Being back on a Summer Madness that the last one was Summer Madness 2.
Yeah.
Now you at Summer Madness 7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
What's
Time
that
flies.
thought process like when you just like, damn, like,
yeah,
you were a part of one of the most epic Summer Madness.
Right. Yeah.
I still don't know if any Summer Madness has topped that yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a little different because I'm so active now that it's not like as stark of a comparison to like jump on a huge stage out of nowhere. It is a smaller room, so I'm trying not to overthink the like that it's Summer Madness. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to overthink that piece to get myself too psyched up about that. I'm looking at the other people on the card and trying to be better than them too. That's the main thing, is that the thing that's really Summer Madness about it is the lineup. Like you got Rex, Reed, even just Rex, Reed, Hitman, Rock. It's like, who the fuck is gonna have the best performance of the night among those four? Like, to me, I'm not just looking at JC. I'm looking at my Nitty performance, my Chilla performance. I'm looking at me, and then I'm looking at those guys, and I feel like I'm trying to compete with all of that. So that's the craziest part about it, and definitely a different mind state than I was in for Summer Madness 2, where it was really about Mook and a career launching pad and all this. Now I'm like, yo, like,
you just in the game.
Yeah, I'm in the game. Exactly.
You ain't on your way out of none of that.
I'm in the game, son. That's a great way of putting it.
It all goes down Saturday, August the 11th, live on pay-per-view at watchbattlelive.com. Log on today and purchase your live pay-per-view stream for the Super Bowl of MC Battling. URL Summer Madness 7. Order it now.